Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? This is TweaK here. First off, I would just like to apologize for the massive gap in videos being uploaded. Bit of a bad week last week. Was at a funeral at the weekend. We're back now. Streams are going to be back on schedule as usual, and hopefully all the YouTube stuff is going to be back on schedule again. But the video that I was meant to make last week was the 12.4 patch notes and the breakdown video for the podcast, where they showed off all of the new interchange stuff. So let's get into it. Let's get into the patch notes first, and then after that, we'll do the usual thing where I tell you guys the most important parts from the podcast. There'll be timestamps in the description. You just click on the link, it'll take you there. I highly suggest you watch it. And yeah, I'm going to go over the basic point of it, and then if you want more information about it, you just click on the link in the description. Right, so let's get into it. Dear escapers, we are glad to present to you the preliminary patch notes for the upcoming 0.12.4 patch. Added. Interchange location has been reworked. Interchange location lighting has been updated. New interactive objects, new location extracts. So the extracts is something a lot of people have been asking for, new interchange extracts. So I'm really excited to see what they are, because they didn't show them on the podcast. So we're going to have to find those out for ourselves. Various problems with culling. Physical colliders have been fixed. New mechanics, the overweight mechanic. The character receives various debuffs while carrying a certain amount of weight. Increased equipment noise, movement speed limits, increased stamina consumption, etc. So this is a brand new thing, just like the, you know, the mag packing thing, and what else do we have? Mag packing, healing animations. This is just another, just like extension of the mechanic, of one of the core mechanics of the game coming out. From what I've seen, it looks pretty cool. It's definitely going to change the way the game is played for sure. There's going to be a massive shift in meta. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see what this is going to change about the game, and hopefully we'll get to mess around with it soon, TM. So the fatigue effect debuff has been added, which appears if the character keeps his stamina at a low level for a long time. Energy consumption will increase with this effect. So again, we're making food and water more important to carry with you during a raid, or if you're planning to stay in a raid for a very long time, you might want to bring extra food and water with you. The character's stamina is now divided into the arms and legs. The arm stamina is consumed when aiming, throwing grenades, and fighting with melee weapons. The leg stamina is consumed during sprinting, jumping, changing body positions. Also, the leg stamina starts to drain when the hand stamina drops to 0. Again, this is huge for changing how the game is played. I think this is a really awesome change. This is something I never thought of. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else suggest it before, but this is really cool. I've seen people complaining about it, but I think all in all, this is a really, really, really positive change. I'm really excited to see what this is like. It's going to change how the movement works. It's going to change how you think during fights. It's going to be massive. So very excited for that. Now, the trading flea market inventory buttons have been added to the bottom panel of the interface for quick access, so it's just going to make it a little bit less clunky to use. New hand grenades based on the VOG-17 and VOG-25 prototypes have been added. So some short fuse grenades, and then the craftable ones that you're going to be able to make in your hideout. The resolution of your screen is automatically determined and applied as standard settings at the first start of the game. We've got new weapon mods. We've got a new set of character customization and equipment. We've got a new bear top called the Telnik, new bear pants called the Tiger, new USEC top called the Tier 2, new USEC pants called the Commando, new scav top, the Olympic shirt Russia. So we've seen that before. Actually looks really nice. So more diversity for scavs. New body armor, tactical vests, backpacks, helmets, and active headsets. We also have the grenade case finally coming out. Very excited for that. Hopefully it's huge. But yeah, grenade case is coming during this patch. New barter loot and new trading schemes requiring this loot. So a bunch of new barter items and new trades that will obviously work with these new barter items. We've also got new hideout crafting schematics, and we have new quests with new outfits as a reward. Awesome. I love when they add new quests. It gives me something more to do. So very curious to see what the new quests are going to be, how hard they're going to be, what we're going to have to do to get the new outfits. So very excited for that. We also have some optimizations here. So minor lighting optimizations, minor decal optimizations, and various server stability optimizations. So usual stuff. Now, those are the patch note rundowns. Now, bear in mind, these are only the preliminary patch notes. When they release the full list of patch notes, I'll make another video where we'll break all those down, because generally the preliminary patch notes, it's all like the really important stuff. And then the when the full patch notes come out is when we get a massive just dump of information of like everything that they're doing. So that'll be its own video in itself. it'll probably be really long. We will likely get those full-blown patch notes. If I had to guess, maybe within the next 2 weeks, based off other preliminary patch note releases compared to the time that the patch actually releases. So we'll just have to wait and see until then. 2 weeks is a complete guess. That I'm hopeful that it's going to be in the next 2 weeks. Fingers crossed. But it could be longer. So just bear that in mind. That is not confirmed. I don't know that. I'm just throwing out a guess. Now, so we are going to get into the podcast breakdown. So this is mostly all about interchange. So let's see here. Nikita briefly mentions that the merch store issues are delayed. Or sorry, the merch store is delayed due to issues with the supplier, but it's almost ready. So get ready real soon. Get your credit cards out. Get ready to spam your rubles. Grab yourself some BSG merch. I haven't seen any of this yet. I'm excited to see it because I'm going to buy a bunch of it. So hopefully all that's really awesome. I'm sure it will be. So moving on from that, Dimitri shows off one of the power switches located at the power station. This turns on more than just the lights. From this point, the stream is inside interchange, showcasing the new lighting. A lot more lights are now destroyable, which is very cool. KIBA is, however, not showcased. I'm assuming they did this because they don't want to spoil it. I think they want people to just find it for themselves and figure that out for themselves. So you got a little bit of mystery there. However, some other stores are shown, and the extracts are not showcased either. So we'll have to figure out the extracts for ourselves as well, which is really cool. I love that they're leaving some mystery there for us. There'll be a link to this down in the description if you guys want to watch this section. There'll be a link for every other topic I'm about to talk about here. So as per usual, check out the link if you want to see the full thing. Because if I was to include all of that in this video, it would be like an hour long. So just makes it convenient for you guys to go to where you want to go and find out the information you want to see a little bit more about. So they then show off the first store alarm. The alarm currently seems to be very quiet. They do talk about increasing the radius of it and from the power being turned on. So we'll have to see. Obviously, minor tweaks here and there. Not a super big deal. You know, increasing the volume could probably be done at a moment's notice. So we'll likely have to test this out first, then give them feedback on it and what we think should be done with it. Nikita talks about the map being more interactable, but he wants players to find it themselves. So again, this is great. Gives us stuff to explore, gives us stuff to do when the patch comes out. Very exciting stuff. Nikita also confirms that Interchange will have 3 new extracts. On top of that, he says the next map that will be overhauled will be customs, more extracts, more expansions, more interactability, and lighting. So I called this because in my opinion, customs right now, it doesn't really serve a purpose other than for the early game quests. Yes, you have Scab Boss for that one late game task, but like the loot on customs, it sucks. The PvP on customs recently hasn't really been great. You don't really find a lot of high level people playing it. So I am super stoked to see what they're going to do with this. I really hope they rework all of dorms, change all the doors, change all the locks, maybe add an underground area to it or something where there's something of value there that draws in PvP interaction. Obviously, they're adding a new extension, so hopefully it's going to be one of those warehouses or a few of those warehouses now getting opened up, and we'll have a lot more options when it comes to firefights and maybe for looting there. So I am super stoked it's customs because I love customs, but it's so boring sometimes. And like a lot of people don't play it in the end game unless you're running Markdrim. So that's awesome news. Nikita mentions that the team are in full-scale production of Streets of Tarkov with added chatter. So if you want to hear them talking about that, make sure to check out that link. From what I've heard, the Streets of Tarkov map is actually going to be 4 times bigger than Reserve. So it's going to be gargantuan. It's going to be huge. The biggest map we've seen by far in EFT. Nikita talks about the game becoming more complex and realistic through features and mechanics. If you want to hear more about that, check out the link. Nikita confirms a rework of NVGs and infrared. Not much information is provided here, but if you want to hear the little bit that Nikita talks about there, make sure to check out that link. Nikita then talks about Steam Audio. Steam Audio, we should have a demo in a couple of weeks. Want to add reverb, but it was very CPU heavy, and it's a putback for the moment. So there's like other more important things that they're working on instead of that. So maybe somewhere down the line, they're going to do some optimizations for this kind of sound design, and we shall see from there, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of the last thing we want is more CPU heavy features because a lot of people are already maxing out their systems playing Tarkov. So we don't want them to add Steam Audio and then all of a sudden a ton of people are getting mad FPS drops and really bad frames. So better that they work on that first, bring the load back a little bit and then move on. So this is another awesome point. Cultists will not be announced. They will be added without warning. So I love that. That is so awesome that they're doing that. I am so glad that they are not announcing cultists. They're just going to be put into the game. No one's going to know. And then somebody's going to be doing a night raid and they're going to shit themselves. So that's going to be very cool. Very excited for that. Nikita also talks about adding new voice lines and sounds for players and AI within the next few patches. So more voice lines, more lines for the AI. Even though they're slowly trickling in little audio lines here and there, I've noticed over the last year or so. Now, moving with broken legs while overweight will be doable. However, you will be extremely slow and shaky. So again, this is really driving home that point that you want to come to a raid prepared. Bring splints with you, bring surgery kits with you, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this new overweight system is going to be a nutty change for the game. I don't really know how the community is going to respond to it, but again, it's all speculation at this point. We're just going to have to wait and see. Work on the next patch has already started because of the new monthly update plan. So if you guys want to check it out, I really recommend you take a listen to that. There's information there that you guys should know. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, Battlestate Games want to do a monthly patch cycle for Tarkov up until, I believe, the next wipe, which is going to be sometime in the summer. Not confirmed. It might be the summer. It might be after. It could be before. Who knows? You know what I mean? I really like that they're not telling us when the wipe is going to be because they don't know themselves and there's no point in building hype and expectations by giving dates. There's no reason to. It just adds pressure to the devs and it adds upset to the community and nobody wants that. So they're better off just not announcing when patches are going to be and just, you know what, day before, hey guys, patches tomorrow, this time, have fun, you know, when it's ready. Everything that is worth, you know, everything that's worth playing and everything that's worth, you know, working on, you know, it takes time. You're like, every time they patch the game, like 9 out of 10 times, it's usually a pretty damn good patch with a lot of new content and stuff. So it's always worth waiting for. Nikita ends the stream, and thanks to everybody for watching. And then at the end, patch notes available tomorrow, 6th of March, but we already went over the patch notes. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff coming with this patch. A lot of stuff that will hopefully keep us tided over for quite a while. The new quests, I'm hoping there's quite a few of them, and it's going to take a while for us to get them finished. And then obviously everybody's going to be spending a ton of time covering all the new interchange stuff. I myself, interchange is my personal favorite map in Tarkov. I love interchange. It almost feels like this interchange update is like specifically for me because I absolutely adore that map. And I can guarantee you guys that when interchange comes out, all my channel is going to be for probably 2 weeks is exploring the whole place, learning everything that goes into it, getting all of the keys and checking everything out and doing loot runs and figuring out, you know, how much can be made there and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos. And that's about it, lads. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry about the delay on this. The circumstances were kind of out of my hands on this one. But we're back now. Hopefully back to uploading consistently again. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, share it with your buddies. Make sure to hit the old subscribe button. And yeah, if you guys want to come see this kind of stuff done live or see me playing Tarkov live, go over to my Twitch stream. I'm live pretty much every day of the week from 6 p.m. UK time until whatever time in the wee morning hours. So lads, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, my dudes.